Reading here. Hey, 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 Teodora.
Hey. Hi, Patricia.
Welcome. How about that? You know what? We are live. You are live.
My hands are sweaty here.
Don't sweat, honey. You are in the limelight right now. You are live. How about that? How does it feel to be live for your first time?
It feels good to be live because we are alive. And when we are alive and be live and be seen and be encouraging and be positive, we love that. I love that. I love when I can help anybody, and I love to be live.
I do too. I think it's really awesome. You know, it's really, I'm really happy because, you know, to take a challenge, you know, as we just were in our mastermind and we were talking about, you know, the challenges of what our expectations are and some of the things that we don't want to do. And one of the challenges were, you know, I was talking about what I was encouraged to do was I had to go live a minimum of 2. It could be more, but a minimum of 2 times. It had to be a minimum of 10 minutes on whatever topic. And I've been doing it and I'm going to do it because I made a commitment. And so tonight, you know, when we were talking, you know, some of the members had expressed, you know, some of their challenges with going live and everything. I find it fascinating. And just, you know, I titled this The Power of Women, Teodora, because we are really a force to be reckoned with when we put our minds to something, right? And when we set that task and we're going to do it and we've been challenged. Okay. And we've been off less than 20 minutes. And here you are.
I need to get out of this chair. I was like, so yeah.
And here you are. So welcome. So
yes, it's been incredible. And I think, you know, speaking of our mastermind group, I think we can talk about Ken Moss and what amazing things he does for us, and how amazing the Grow Live Academy has been to help for me. I feel like it took me out of this behind the curtain kind of thing, in front of people. I was able to go live on my own even before Grow Live Academy, but now I feel like it has a little more meaning to when I go live, and I know I just have a different thinking about how do I do my videos. And it's just the Grow Live Academy has been such a blessing for me, and it's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to agree with you. It's been one of the most amazing things for me, and I think a big key factor, Teodora, is when you make that commitment, also to invest in yourself. And you know, I had been, I don't know, I guess it was last year sometime, I had signed up for that and went through a couple of the courses and what have you, but did not maximize the potential of and missed out on a lot of great opportunities just to strengthen myself and give me more courage and empowerment, you know, to do more and to strive for more. So, you know, that has been, you know, timing is key, and not sitting there and procrastinating. So I've really learned, do not procrastinate. Make sure that you take the time, and when those tools are given to you and those resources are given to you, and the ability to network with some amazing, beautiful souls, take advantage of those opportunities. I mean, I've had the opportunity now to meet you, and it's been such an amazing experience as well. I've really enjoyed getting to know you. And so I'm really grateful for that. And Ken's an amazing person to have that platform and be so generous with his time and generous with the guests that are in there. I mean, it's magical. It's really magical.
Yes, it is. Tell me, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to put you on the spot here. When you said earlier that, you know, you have to take advantage of doing the right thing for you and putting you first. And I always tell myself the most important person in my life is me.
Yeah.
I have to take care of me so that I can take care of my daughter, and so I can take care of my clients and I can keep going. But the most important person in my life is me to begin with.
Yeah.
How do you put you first, and how to prioritize your needs in front of everything else that we women have to do, like family and kids and career, and how do you do that?
Well, I think it's grown over time. I think as wherever we're at in our course of life, we have our expectations, and we know what our I call them my non-negotiables, right? So I've always had a good set of non-negotiables. I don't care what it is. I don't care who it's coming from. If you cross that line, or if it crosses that non-negotiable, it's not happening. It's just not happening, because that is so important to me that I'm not going to deter from me giving up on myself and the expectations that I've set for myself. So I think as we evolve, not only as women, but just in general, with when we're in masterminds or through our jobs, and we get all of these lessons, and we learn these lessons, I think that those change, just like our goals in life can change, and our expectations in life for what we were looking for can change. So I think as we grow, I think for myself, that has enhanced my love for myself, because then things that no longer serve me, okay, I'm not going to entertain those things anymore. So what is my priority now for myself? So I think I'm growing with that. But at the end of the day, though, it really goes back, Teodora, to those non-negotiables, and you cannot deviate from those non-negotiable. That's your baseline. That is your minimum expected performance for yourself. And it doesn't matter who comes in to try to navigate away from that. It's not an option. So, and I've always been a confident person. So putting myself first has never really been too big of a challenge. It's just, though, as we go deeper within ourselves and really start to know ourselves and learn ourselves, and start to really diving into what really makes us tick, who are we as a person, I think then, like, whatever, if it's an insecurity or whatever we're looking to become, I think then we have to deal with those issues, and that self-love can kind of waver just a little bit. But again, if we have that non-negotiable of, we're not going to ever lower our standards for ourselves of keeping, and I don't have children, but I still have responsibilities, right?
Right.
So I would never put myself in a position where I'm comparing myself to a family who has, children, and they have to get people to school and everything that goes along with that. I understand it, but I have a different set of responsibilities of what I have to then be able to manage to keep myself first. And it's something as simple as, I love to read. So if you love to read, even if it's 5 minutes a day, if it's taking a bath, I don't know what whatever that is, just make sure that it stays on that priority list.
Right. See, until about 5 years ago, when, hi, kid. Until about 5 years ago, I don't think I ever put myself first.
Oh, wow.
I was always a caregiver. I always took care of other people. I was very influenced by expectations. I was always the nice person. I always had to do the right thing. Never could disappoint my parents. Not all the right things for everybody else. And then 5 years ago, something happened, and I realized that, what? Everybody else does whatever they need to do for them, and I need to be Teodora first, and right. Teodora has to do the right thing for her, and hurting other people's feelings by telling the truth is not a problem.
Exactly.
And it did some magic, because some toxic people, relationships and connections were just starting to disappear, which was great.
It's true, but you have to get to that point. And I think that's the power, whether you're male or female, but it's all about us tonight. It's the power of women. And yeah. I think you have to get to that point. And, sometimes, people, it's not that their feelings are hurt as much as you just outgrown certain circumstances and people, and whether it's professionally or in your personal world. And because they're not at that level of comprehension, because they don't want to grow, they don't want to take the time to be in these masterminds, they don't want to take the time to have conversations and build relationships and be challenged, right? Because it's easy just to sit by and say, oh, I'm okay being mediocre. I remember in a call just last week, and I was asked, you content being mediocre? I mean, I like hit you like a brick there, right? Who wants to be asked that question? But it's a good question, because do you? So I think, as people's level of understanding, and then you just outgrow them. And it's just like, thank you, we're good. But right now, the path that I'm on, we're just not in alignment. It's not that they've done anything wrong or that there's any issues. It's just we are growing at a rapid pace. And when you're in these masterminds and things, I mean, just the knowledge that you get, you want to go forward.
Right. It's so incredible. Thursday night comes and I'm like, blocked.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in the class, and I'm going to be there because we know that we're just get all this energy and all the information and all the growth that we get. And it's amazing. But yes, I absolutely agree. There's so many relationships, professional relationships that, I worked in the grocery store for 7 years. And then I started, I'm so sorry, my cat is crazy. She just needs attention because she wants to go outside.
That's so funny.
Going into business for myself, into a totally different, unexpected path. Outgrowing the grocery store community has been quite dramatic, because nobody could understand me, and so those friendships were left. When I grew, I outgrew that.
So how did you cope with that? Was that hard?
It was hard at the beginning, but then I knew me, and I realized that this is what I need to do for myself. And learning back 5 years ago that I have to put me first. Yeah. I've learned that, this is their choice. I'm always here. My door is always open. I will always be here helping. And I just had to let it go. Was it hard? My focus was on my business and myself and my agency, rather than that loss.
Yeah.
So I choose to move forward instead of being stuck in that sad situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really important. But I think a lot of, just if we could just, what's been coming to me is just our power, the power within ourselves, the power of making a simple decision. You could have, when I sent you that message after we got out of our mastermind, you could have said, I'm not doing that because I still want to stay in that fearful state of what we talked about, right? And I'm going to do it. You knew that you were going to do it, but you didn't have to do it right now, right? So the power of making that decision, right? Because now look at that. That's putting you first. You made a decision that I'm going to put myself first. I know I'm going to do this. It's something that I have planned. I have topics that I'm going to talk on. And now I have the opportunity, and hey, why not? Yes. I mean, so we have to honor ourselves that we did that, and that you took the time to I think that's amazing. I think it's amazing. Yes. Tom Ginn is on. He says, hello, lovely ladies.
Hello, Tom. Tom is such a good joining.
I'm learning, I'm learning I got it down pretty good, Theodora, but I'm making sure that you see all of the lovely comments that are coming in.
I have not used StreamYard yet. And just like you, I started Grow Live Academy, and I started a few at the beginning. There's a few courses in there that Ken talks, and I went through them, and then I just didn't have the time, didn't take the time to go deeper into the course, and so I haven't gotten to the StreamYard yet. Well, such a shame on me.
Not a shame on you. It's, just make that a priority. Not a shame. It's everything is empowering. We have to, I'm really mindful of the words that we use. So and I catch myself all the time too. So I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to when I say that, I'm saying that to myself as well. There's nothing to be ashamed about. It's a learning curve, and we're learning something new. And then we'll make a priority of doing the course that we need to do. And go
I'm very hard on myself.
I see.
Really hard on myself. I beat myself up, and I am so hard. Like I can't even tell you. I tell myself, Teodora, you can do better. And I accomplish so many things, and I, go through my to-do list and knock it off all the time. And I add things and I add things, and I said, oh, I can do this one more thing, but I still. At the end of the day, I still tell myself, you could have done better today. You could have done more. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I think.
Well, I think we all, if we're running at 60% and we know that we could be at 80%, what is the max of that 20%, right? That we have the ability to. Of course, that's going to be, thanks for sharing this, Tom. We always can do better, right? I mean, we don't know all the skill sets. So any programmer can always learn that next code. I know nothing about coding, but I'm sure that we always want to strive to be better. We never want to be the smartest person in the room either, so that's going to take us to that next level. So if we're here at this level and we have the same people in there, we know this pretty much, we're kind of parallel, not learning a lot. But then if we have someone else that's here, well, guess what? What's the gap? Is that 5%, 10%, 20%, 30%? We always are going to be striving to do better. And as we reach the next height, okay, here we go again. So I think that's a fair assessment, that we should always strive to be better, but being hard on ourselves and not giving ourselves credit and honoring ourselves for the accomplishments and the things that we're doing right here in this moment. Like tonight, you said yes, you made that decision. That's power. That's power. That's you taking power in, I am going to do this, and I have an opportunity, and so here we are.
Right. Thank you, Tom, so much for teaching me that.
Don't say what I can do better, but rather say what can I do differently. It's awesome.
Yes. I'm gonna see. I'm not I always in my business and at the beginning, I always said, I'm the little baby, little Teodora. So going into that, don't be the smartest person in the room. I always find myself not, and I always think about myself, the little Teodora.
Yeah. But, and we can learn from so many people. I mean, we always want to strive to do better. And I remember early on in my career, I learned the most from people you would never expect. Like never, ever in a million years expect. There was I used to go to this one industrial park, and back then, even now, I mean, with no solicitation signs, we didn't adhere to any of those things, right? And you can be real creative, as you know. And so I would go back to, there was one guy that I was trying to get in contact with. And I mean, his secretary, I mean, she was just a beast of a gatekeeper, right? And so, but there was this guy that was he was a custodian, and he would always speak to me and everything, and I remember one day I was there and I was getting ready to leave, she shut me down again. And I was getting ready to leave there, and he said, you want to see him? You want to see him, right? And I said, yeah, I do. He's like, hold on a second. I was like, what? Next thing I know, the guy comes out. He's the custodian, but he taught me. So he's like, I've seen you come here every single week, you have brought gifts and nothing. He said, and anybody that is that persistent, he said, I'm just gonna go in there. He's like, she's not gonna tell me no. And then I developed a relationship with him. And do you know he went on to become a district sales manager with that company? He was going to night school, but he was just an amazing teacher. So it's like, you never know who's watching, but that made me be more mindful of my surroundings, and that kindness pays, and being nice to people pays, and and I was younger, a lot younger then too. And it was a very important learning experience for me. So I was very grateful for that. And it made me a better person as a result.
My daughter is one of my teachers, and every day she says something or she does something that just takes me into this, I don't understand, how is she so wise and so kind. And every day she does something. Now she's in Romania with my parents, she's on vacation, but
oh, fun.
she spends summers in Romania every year, from May to August. So it's almost time to go bring her home, because school is going to start. But she's absolutely incredible. She's the kindest person in the world, and she has a heart of miracles.
Wow.
She because of COVID at school, they gave those bags for the weekend with food for kids. Everybody's welcome to grab them. And she grabbed one every weekend. Every Friday she would grab a bag. And we don't need food, and there's fruit and vegetables and meat, and I have food in my house all the time. I feed everybody that comes over. And I asked her, Alma, there must be children that could benefit from that. Why are we taking this all the time? And she says, because one day we're going to go to the grocery store, and there's always a man there that's homeless, and we can take this food to him. We're going to drive by, and we're going to give this food to Don. His name is Don. Every time we go to the grocery store, we have to buy something for Don.
That's beautiful.
Says, we're going to take this. I got this bag because we're going to drive through Safeway, and I'm just going to give him this bag. You lower the window, and I'll give this to him. So
that's beautiful.
Food from school, thinking that, this is food. We don't need it, but I'm going to take it because he needs it.
Right.
So,
right.
And things like, I filled up somebody's bucket today. I'm sure those are things that they learn in school, but just coming from with that little mind, and just, when we go over the list of what do we have to do to that our household will benefit, on her to-do list is, how can I make your day better today? Meaning my day, because it's just her and I at home. So how can I make Mom's day better today, and what is it that I can do? That's on her to-do list. And it's
isn't that amazing?
Yes. It's incredible, the little kids and what they teach us.
Absolutely. I think it's really beneficial. Earlier today, on my first live I did, there's a young couple that I met, and they have they're in the photography business, and she wanted to, she was talking about her health journey and being able to, drink more water. So we did a challenge of making sure that, everyone is drinking, she's drinking her water, her partner's drinking his water, and I'm taking my water intake. And so today she sent a message. And so we hopped on a live. She gave an update. And as she was giving her update, what the amazing thing is she has two little boys, adorable. And her older son, he had this, so they were had their water bottles up and everything. And then he came up and he wanted to show that he had matcha. I think it was matcha in his glass jar that he was drinking. And so he wanted everyone to know that he is also taking the initiative to put good things in his body. And I just thought that was so incredible that at a young age, because the parents are making steps and taking those steps, you know, to make those changes for their body to be better, to be at their optimum health, and to exercise and to get their water intake, he wanted to be a part of that. So I thought that was really powerful, that at such a young age that he is being influenced and wanted to be a part of that. So it just warmed my heart. And to hear you say that about your daughter too, because, you know, the future is our youth, you know, and they need direction. They need positive reinforcement, you know, and anything that we can do to help them elevate, and being able to think of others like her with Don.
Yes.
That's you can't teach that. That's
who
powerful.
That's who she is, and how she grows up. Of course, she sees me helping and being friendly. She always talks about me, but she rolls her eyes that at the grocery store or wherever we go, I have to talk to everybody. I smile all the time. I always say, if I see a child crying, excuse me, I go talk to them and I try to make them feel better. And she sees those things, but it's really in her heart. She's just that's just who she is.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
Yeah, that's great.
Children are a blessing for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So when she comes back, will they start school right away? And do they have any types of programs in schools where they are going out and helping the homeless or putting packages together? Is anything like that in place in your area?
Not. She goes to a choice in school. She goes to a school of our choice. And when she comes back, I think this will be actually the second year. She always comes back after school starts, because it's just how the price for the tickets. I mean, I spend $6,000 on flights every year to go back and forth. I need 4 tickets. So we fly back, and then she goes to school right away. School starts. This is one of the years that she comes back a week before school starts. But most of the programs with Helping Homeless, I think, are volunteered here in the Denver area. There's not, and she's just 4th grade. She's 9 years old.
Oh wow!
She's just 9. She will turn 10 this November. She's 9 years old, so she starts 4th grade this year. In elementary, they don't go out in a community like that yet. And I'm not involved in anything like that yet. I will. I'm planning on. I do want to help. I help people in a different way. I just didn't feel comfortable from the safety point of view. Maybe I'm just not ready. I don't know.
Sure.
I probably find the right group of people to get involved.
Are you on the East Coast, West Coast? Which coast are you on?
I'm in Denver. I'm in Colorado.
Oh, you're in Colorado. Really? Okay. Nice.
Yes.
I love Colorado. Nothing like the mountains.
Do you have any? Now you have me, so you can always come visit me. But do you have anybody here like that you're coming to visit?
I have friends that live in Colorado, and I have colleagues that I've worked with in the past that have migrated to Colorado in different parts of Colorado. So, but as far as visiting, no. Years and years ago, I used to, one of my territories was out in Pomona, California. So my boss at the time, he knew that I love the mountains. So he would always arrange the flight where I could see the sunrise on the mountains and then fly from Colorado to California. So, yeah.
Well, it's time to come to Colorado. I'm here. I will host you.
Yes.
I would love to show you around. I would love to have you in my house. And you're invited live.
Invitation accepted.
There you go. Perfect. We'll have to set up a date.
That's awesome.
I'll come pick you up from the airport and show you around and host you and guide you and show you everything. It's
Can't beat that.
Yes. Time to come to Colorado and its beauty. Everybody and their mother moved here.
Ken said you guys are awesome. Thank you.
Well,
Thank
you're
you.
awesome.
Thank you. You're awesome.
You're awesome.
We're awesome. Grow live, baby. Grow live.
I'm going to do a Grow Live Academy live, where I want to talk about the academy, and so we should do that. We should do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have Ken invited.
We love you too.
We love you more.
We really appreciate the platform, Ken, and just pushing us to that next level. And it's for me, it's been one of the best things that's happened to me. And I'm really grateful, and I'm happy. Like every day now I'm getting stronger. I really mean that. And I don't know, Teodora, I'll have to, when we get together, I'll have to share with you some of my classics that you probably never heard of. $6 Million Man with Steve Austin, The Bionic Woman with Lindsay Wagner. So they were like he was an astronaut. She was a famous tennis player. They got hard. It's an old TV show, but they made them into they had these bionic parts, and they would have this we're going to make him bigger, better, faster, stronger. So that's why I'm like, I feel like I'm the bionic woman right now, because I'm getting different bionic parts, and I'm enhancing those skills. So I'm becoming bigger, better, faster, stronger. So I really mean that.
It feels amazing, doesn't it? It's just so awesome.
It does.
Since we have Ken here, let's ask Ken. Hey, Ken, we've been live for 31 minutes. Does this count as 3 lives?
I can say, he doesn't have to answer, because he's going to say no.
Okay.
But you can go ahead and answer, Ken. I already know it. I feel like I know what the answer is. So does that count? We've 31 minutes. Teodora says, does that count as 3 lives?
He's going to say no, and he's going to raise the bar for 20 minutes.
Here's what he said. There's your answer, Teodora.
What did I do? I'm so sorry.
Hell no.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Hell no. I already knew the answer to that. That wasn't happening. No.
I tried.
Look at this. We've got, hi, Nancy. She is watching from the Philippines. Welcome.
Hi, Nancy.
Look at that. Look what we're drawing in there, Teodora. How
That's
awesome
amazing.
is that? That's the power of women.
Yes. We love people from all over the world. We welcome them, and we're so fortunate to
absolutely
connect with strong women.
Ken says, nice. Nice try.
Yeah.
But you know what I've learned, though, Teodora, is that since I've been doing these, because I was like 10 minutes, dang, what am I going to talk about for 10 minutes? But what's interesting is that I don't have a problem talking for 10 minutes. I do it all the time, but it's a mental thing. When you know that you have to go live and do it, it goes by really quick. And does it seem like we've been on here for 33 minutes?
No, it feels like we're 2 girlfriends chatting on Zoom.
That's it. Exactly. So that familiarity of just having no sense of time and just being, and that's why, when we were like, what do you want to talk about? I'm like, that's one thing I've learned. Let's just, not that structure isn't good and having topics aren't good, but just go with it. And it just happens naturally. I
was just never invited to a live like this, so I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know am I prepared? I had to run really quick to put on lipstick so that I look presentable. I didn't want to just, be here, and so that's why I asked, what do you want to talk about? But I think, talking about who we are and how can we help other people, and what do we do here, and what's the reason why we're live, is the best thing to break in here, because we really, my purpose in life is to help other people.
Yes.
All I do and everything I do and how I live my life is through helping others. And so I didn't have to think twice, because I just, you asked me, I said, sure, of course. Yes, absolutely. So
Wow. And I love helping people. One of the things that always drives me is that I know how experiences have made me feel. And my mission is, if I can streamline that process for people and be that support for them where they don't have to go through all of the emotions that I went through and streamline that, I want to do it. That's like, it fuels me. It's what I'm here and I'm destined to do, right? And so I just, really wanted to let you know, whether it was tonight or not, regardless whether you said yes or not, I had to do it because I can't
yes,
not deviate from what I've been, the commitment. Not only that did I make that to my mentor, but just the commitment to myself. I mean, I don't have to do it, but who am I hurting? I'm not hurting Ken. I'm not hurting you. I'm not stepping up to the plate and showing up and doing what I'm supposed to do. So, I mean, then why are you doing the things of going through the motions of being in masterminds and trying to elevate yourself? I mean, you're the one that is not benefiting from that. So I've made that commitment. I still make that commitment to you that, every day, or it doesn't have to be every day, that you want that support. I'm here to go live to be that anchor, not a crutch, because I can't use crutches anymore. Because I've been a crutch. I've supported, I love supporting people, but I also have to support myself. And I also have to be able to become that transformation. And it's time for the wings to fly, as Ken said in the mastermind tonight, or someone said, I think it was Ken. So, whatever I need to do to support you, and if that's coming on live while you're in the trial phase of you doing whatever you have set for your goal for yourself, I'm here. I want you just to know that I support that, and I'm here for you.
thank you. You're the best. You're the best. And when the first time that you sent me that message, it really made me cry, because
Really?
yes, because you offering your help from your heart was just so touching to me. And I have so much help. I have such a large community of friends, and I'm surrounded by amazing people that always help and always are ready to
Mhm.
jump. If it's a ride to the doctor that I'm not allowed to drive, or if it's anything, they're here. And then to just have you part of that from so far away, it meant a lot. I thank you so much. It's
Yeah, well, you're welcome. But I think that's what we are here to do. That's our purpose. I mean, and in society today, in the world that we're living in, I mean, there's so much divisiveness that people forget that there's a lot of good going on in the world, a lot of good,
yes,
and it doesn't get reported, because we don't have a voice, or we feel like, oh, it's not important. We don't share those. So my mission now as well, I've been looking, as I see my journals and stuff evolve, like, I want to make sure that those stories are told too, that people know that there are good, kind, decent, strong
amazing.
people that are here to help, to encourage, to empower. And everything is not doom and gloom, and everything is not what you see on the news, or even the TV shows and stuff. I don't watch a lot of TV at all, but it's shifted. If I told a teenager now, or even a 7 or 8 year old, about the $6 million man or the Bionic Woman, they would look at me like I lost my mind. Like, what in the world is that?
What are you
You know,
talking about?
they're classics, and the lessons in them, in those stories, are amazing. And it's all about helping people. The stories always end well. You have your challenges, but the stories always end well. So I love that. So I just feel like that's our duty to humanity too.
I had one of the, I think it was in the story, or just a very small little message that I put out there, and I said, there's good angels everywhere. You just have to love them, to show you their wings. Because I found there was one of my friends, and growing my business, I have a lot of people on my Facebook page that I don't personally know. And one of them was this young father of 4 small children starting his own business and reached out to me to tell me about his business. And he's actually doing handyman work. And so I invited him to do a few projects for me at my house, and seeing his how he works and who he is as a person, and the quality of his work, the affordable price that he gave me for the work he did, I thought I need to help this guy get more work. He didn't. It was just at the beginning. He didn't have anything lined up. He wasn't sure if he can afford his bills. So I just put a small little announcement, like a post on the Nextdoor app, and now he's booked till the beginning of September with all those projects. And I'm going to help him build his website. I built my own website. I did it myself. I'm gonna do that for him, and he just cannot believe that somebody will do this for somebody that they don't know. Like, I didn't know, but my heart was always, I have to help him. There's 4 little children here. He's a single father and he needs help with jobs. All I did was post a referral message on the app, and his phone wouldn't stop ringing. And it was so incredible that it changed his belief as well, because he believes in helping other people. He was he drives in so far. He doesn't live close. He lives an hour away. And the reason why he's charging so low is because he just wants to help. He wants to. He's gonna make money, but so there's good people everywhere. We just have to let them be good. We have to allow them, empower them, and give them a little help. Hey, this is who you are. Yes. So that was just making somebody's life easy is the easiest and the blessing. So it's amazing.
Exactly. I think it's beautiful, and I think that our place, having this platform, having the Grow Live as a nucleus, to be able to share, because like tonight I felt was very powerful, and there's a lot of vulnerability within that group too, that where it's a safe space to share, right? What you feel like. They have a lot of fun in there, but it's a safe space too. And so being able to have that type of community, and then to share, expose, and love. Exactly. It's amazing.
I feel so many times, just even by talking to somebody about something that I feel, or something that I doubt, or something that I think about but I'm not sure. Once I hear myself talking, I already know the decision, because I just let it out and then it comes to me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's those are the things that we don't take for granted, because those are those blessed. I mean, if you think about the power of that, and what you have access to, it's not even about from a professional and a business level, but it's that relationship, right? It's the relationships and building that. Ken is winning, and he said, spoken like Charlie Sheen. It's powerful. It's powerful, because there's a lot of communities out there, and there's a lot of masterminds, and that word is used over and over and over again, but it's the community within it's the authenticity of the people too. A lot of times people join those groups because they want to poach, and they just want to take things and then move on and forget about the relationship. And it's their loss, but I feel that if you come and and you just feel, the love, you feel the mission behind what it was designed for, and that's to help people.
And that's who Ken Walls is. He created this not to take but to give. And I feel like in every Thursday night we give and we take what we need, but we give to the other person, and just everything that we take from the guests that he has on the group is just incredible. But Ken is this guy who's just giving, and that's the power of our community in Grow Live. Everything that's given to us.
Yeah. Not only is it from a giving standpoint, it's, when you meet those individuals that are not only giving, but they're consistent, and, like their meter is always this. It's not, how you get that ups and down, and 1 minute they're here and the next minute they're there. This is what you get. It's that consistency. Right. And still giving more. What can I do to make sure that everybody's getting the maximum of what we need to get? I got this. I don't know if you were on last week, because I think you were traveling last week. He had the guy, the member. Were you on last week with the Navy SEAL?
I couldn't. It was too much. It was
a little intense.
I had to leave.
But and now we have this. So just having access to things that on our own we wouldn't be exposed to, maybe eventually over time, but I mean that would take a lot of effort, and being at the right places to be able to get the inside track of those things. And that's what you get in the Grow Live Academy. I mean, it's just, but it's amazing. But the nucleus is, Ken is amazing.
Yes. I bet Ken, I started following Ken. You know how all this started for me?
How?
So my best friend, her name is Christy, and she is married, and her husband's brother is Corey Colvin, and he is following Ken, or he worked with Ken, or he was Ken's client, and he shared one of Ken and Glenn shows on his Facebook, and I clicked on it, and I remember I was folding laundry, and I had Glenn show on my phone, and I was listening to Ken and Glenn, and then I put a comment because they were talking about something, and then Glenn started talking about me and Theodora with all the accents. And I was like, oh my God, they talk about me. And so then I started listening, and I put my notifications for when Ken goes live. And
the rest is history, right?
The rest is just the growth.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Together we are. Hi, Mary Holmes. Did I say that right? Gosh, I have such a terrible accent.
Mary Holmes. Yep.
No wonder Ken and Glenn make fun of me. I do have a terrible accent.
You don't have a terrible accent. I tell you, when you go to, even when in the United States here, you go to different states. I've been told I have an accent. I don't feel like I have an accent. Getting ready to go live with Glenn and a few. Okay, well, we better hop off here so we can go hop on that one. But we've been on for 48 minutes, 45 seconds. What do you think about that, Ken? How about that?
We have to make do this once a week. Just hop on and meet and talk and and empower other women. Patricia join us. I'm sorry, Victoria. We should have Victoria join as well and get her on the show.
Yeah, I sent her a message too. Great job. Still only one live. I'm done for mine today. I did 2, young man. I will have you to know. So my obligations for the day are complete. 49 minutes into it. And I have my 2 tomorrow that I'll have done before our call tomorrow. Thank you very much.
And I challenge myself as well. And this counts as 1 for me too, because we've been here 50 minutes. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I take a little bit of information from the Grow Live there, and I challenge myself.
Yeah. Well, I'm very proud of you, and just know that I'm here to help. And anytime you need somebody to pop on, or if you have any questions, whatever I can do, and if I have the answer, I'll certainly will share. I'm open and happy to do so. Love to do that. And let's get something on the calendar, for next week, and then we'll go from there. But we'll hop on. Well, I'm probably will hop on. I don't know what you're going to do. Hop on since he's going on live with Glenn, and go from there. Okay. Thank you so much. I love you. How do you do that?
After Victoria said that in Grow Live, I have such a resistance to
Exactly.
She broke my heart, Victoria. She broke, because now I don't look the same at my heart.
Exactly. Well, we made it 50 minutes, 51 minutes. So we're I know, right?
I'm not looking to say that, but does it really? It doesn't. This is not true, right? Ken, I'm single, so I can't go in there. But this looks like a heart to me, and I'm going to believe it forever, because it does not look like testicles. This is a heart. It as a heart. This has nothing to do with any testicles, okay?
Oh my God. I was sitting here like, oh my God, I'm in stitches right now. Like literally, I was like, oh my gosh. But you know what? That's the power though of it's just everybody's just natural family, and you can have those conversations and laugh. So it's all fun. This show just became extra.
We should let's go into Ken and Glenn.
Yeah. We're going to end there. So yes, we're good. We'll see you over on the other side, Ken. And you know what, Ken, though, thank you for supporting us, and thank you for hopping on and sharing comments and stuff too. I appreciate that. So thank you.
We love you, and we'll see you there. Patricia, I love you. Thank you so much for inviting me. And I'll see you next week.
Yep, absolutely. It's a date.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.